Hi, my friends. I'm making a quick video. Um, I went to the doctor today for just to get a regular old medical medicine refilled. It'd been a year, I guess, since they'd prescribed it and I needed to go in. And so while I was there, I just mentioned the tremor I've been having that seemed to be getting worse. And when she asked me questions, it started to fall into place. And then when she asked me about family, my biological father, who I didn't know till like 5 years ago, he has a really bad hand tremor. He can't even write. His wife has to write for him. He has a hard time doing anything with his hands. And his voice, it's hard to understand him talk. And so phone calls are interesting. And the first time I went out there to meet my other side of the family, I met his sister, and she had the same things, and they both told me I needed to be aware of these because I could develop them. And sure enough, I over the past couple of years, I had said, oh, my hand's really shaky today, and I assumed it was lithium. When I would drink from a cup, my chin would quiver. I assumed it was from the Seroquel. But lately, with the broom making, especially the wands, and I noticed I was getting frustrated because my handwriting was just awful, and I usually have very nice handwriting, and my hand's jerking, like shaking, and so the letters look like like they're vibrating, and then I'll just like this have a sudden jerk and go off the page, and it very frustrating because I like my handwriting, it looks real fancy. Not anymore. It looks like my biological dad's handwriting. It's starting to look like that, and I can't stain and cut and handle the wands, because I make the brooms and they have a wand that goes with them, and doing that fine detail has been excruciating. I'm just like hoping it goes together, and I used to just say, oh, it's I haven't eaten in a while, so I think my blood sugar's low, it'll go away. Well, lo and behold, she says, from what you're telling me, it sounds like what they call essential tremor, which is not uncommon, but it is progressive. I'm like, lovely. Now I already know what that's going to lead to because of what I have seen in my biological father. And he was just so worried that he was going to pass this on to me, and it looks like I've got it. But there's medications. I'm going to go to a neurologist just to make sure it's not Parkinson's or something like that. I don't think it is, because with the family thing, it used to actually be called familial tremor because it went in families. So that pretty and when I was reading and answering questions, I was just like, oh, when your blood sugar is low, it's worse. Then when you're tired, it's worse. When you're stressed, it's worse. And you can have the tremor, it's usually in the hands, but it can be the voice. They have dystonia, a vibration of their voice. And the jaw can tremor, and it progresses. Some people fast, some people very slow. So I'd been noticing mine and blaming it on other things and inwardly hoping it was what I was blowing it off to be. But it wasn't really in the way. But I noticed it the most when I really started to pay attention to it was when I was trying to do my TikToks. What I would do in my TikToks, I would like take paper and instead of talk, because I couldn't talk fast enough, I would write what I was going to do, and I would move the a page, like move it away or move it down in my videos, and the left hand was worse than the right, but it's not too bad tonight. But it's still a little hard. It's actually something you feel inside your muscles, and sometimes it makes it out in a tremor, and sometimes you just feel it in there and you're controlling the tremor. So, and I was having a really hard time getting the 60 minutes because I was fumbling with the paper, and I would even write in the little caption above, "I'm sorry, but my hands are shaky today," and that was before I had tied into, and it wasn't until I was struggling to work with these wands, and I'm like, this isn't right. This shouldn't be like this. I should be able to hold the wand with my left hand and wipe the stain on the wood with my right hand smoothly, and instead, and the more I braced, the worse it got, and I'm like trying to hold it and trying to do this, and it's just going all over. But it turned out that a lot of my special effects on my wands are actually results from my hands not cooperating with the brush, and so I'm bringing this up here because I wanted to say that it is important. I say that word kind of funny, I know. Important, and I say property, to mention, like if you have anxiety or a mood disorder, and your whole life seems to revolve around those, don't forget that you have a body and a brain and nerves and muscles and things that you might need to go to your medical doctor for. Don't blow them off. Don't just assume. Bring up any symptoms that could be a result of something, because even if they just say, "Oh, that's probably from this medicine you're taking," something like that, and then so maybe you don't have to do anything, but now don't just assume. Make sure, and even if it goes just on your record, if something changes, some other doctor might look at your record and say, "Wait a minute, if we put it all together, we come up with this." So, I'm positive at some point I have said in my videos here that my hands are shaky today, or my hands shake because of the lithium. Um, and now I'm not so positive it is the lithium. In fact, um, looking at the whole picture, I'm 90% sure it is the essential tremor. Um, if it progresses fast, that what I've seen is scary. I was a nurse. It's very frustrating. It's embarrassing. If it gets to the point where you can't hold a cup, and you can't, it's embarrassing that, if hopefully somebody's with you so they can help you. That's where my father is. He needs help. He needs assistance with fine motor skills, and he has diabetes, so he needs his wife to, he does check his own sugar, but I mean, his hands shake so bad, and his vocal cords, and I met his sister, my aunt, and she has the same voice, but he didn't know that they were related, the voice and the hand shaking, but they are. They're the same thing. So there is medication that can help it. So I'm debating. I'm going to talk to my psychiatrist, my psych nurse practitioner on the 16th. And one of the interesting things was that one of the medications they give you to help with the tremor is propranolol. And it is also what they give you to take before you go out on stage, performance anxiety, and they were thinking of giving that to me anyway. And sometimes my blood pressure is a little iffy when my weight's high, so it can make your lower your blood pressure. So I might kill 3 birds with 1 stone. There's another med I have to look into. She just gave me 2 meds to look into, and I'm going to discuss it with my psych nurse practitioner. I'm also going to get a neuroconsult just so I can be at ease to know that it's not Parkinson's or MS or something crazy like that. That's not to say that this can't be serious. It is progressive. It's just a matter of how fast it's progressive for you. It can affect your balance. If it's bad enough, people are embarrassed. They don't want to go out and eat. But I can still handle a fork and stuff. I shake sometimes when I drink from a cup or glass, but it's not, like I said, it's not always. At the doctor's office, I was shaking like crazy. They put a little oximeter on my finger. I was supposed to, they're like, hold your finger, and I'm like, and and the doctor was talking to me and my hands were shaking and I squeezed them together. I'm like, it's embarrassing. And so I squeezed my hands together so they don't shake. Because I think underneath I had an idea that I was having a problem because my hands were shaking in situations, and I assumed it was because I was anxious, but it exacerbates with anxiety. And in some other, even in situations where I wasn't particularly anxious, I would see my hands shaking, and then I would get anxious because I would think that the other person would see my hands shaking and think I was nervous and didn't know what I was doing. So now I think the first thing I'm going to say to people, if I meet them and say maybe I'm doing dog training, the first thing I'm going to say is, hey, I have this tremor. So if you see my hand shake, that's what it is. I'm not anxious or anything. So, I just wanted to, yeah, remind you guys to don't forget about your other health needs, um, and not assume everything is related to your psychiatric issues, um, because you don't want to miss something. I'm a little hesitant to take more medication. I'm already on a lot, but this, if it can help me do this particular hobby income, little bit of income. I sold a broom, by the way. I sold a Hufflepuff Harry Potter broom, which I'm shipping out. It's really awkward because it's like 6 feet tall and the box is absolutely huge. Well, it's long, and I need help getting into the post office. It cost, the last one cost like 30 something to ship. This one is headed for Seattle. Anyway, if I want to be able to continue doing that, just because I love the creativity that goes into it, I'm gonna need to be able to control my hands. So, but I do know this one that medication I mentioned can make you feel kind of sluggish. So I will keep you updated. But I'm actually, I was kind of flat today, and when I found out someone bought a broom that improved my mood, and so the doctor's news, I kind of suspected I had something. I suspected I had the same thing that my dad and his sister did, and I think his mother had it too. So I wasn't completely surprised, and we can just, hope that I'm going to be one of those where it progresses slowly. And maybe there's some meds that can help that will allow me to control my hands better to do the things that I love doing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a vow to only make another broom until one has sold. I have them quite neatly. I have power tool hooks on my walls, and they're hung horizontally, one like this, very neatly. They are wrapped, the bristles and stuff are all wrapped in special, like, plastic, so they keep their form, so they don't go all, because if they stand in one position too long, it keeps them all tidy. You can see these back here. They're standing up because they actually go like this and like that. So, and they can't be against the wall or they'll be flat on one side. Those are called, so they only have so much plastic to keep them upright. The bristles, but they are called every which way, get it? Every which way brooms. Yes, I made that up. But it was another Harry Potter one that sold, so I might want to just make sure I always have one in the wings to put up. I really just yesterday told my mom, she was helping me hold them while I wrapped them. I was saying, well, I don't think anybody's gonna buy one, so hopefully some others will go. I think the Slytherin one will go. I know you don't care about this, but I don't have anyone else to talk to about it, so you'll just have to live with it. I am not too pleased with my Ravenclaw broom, but I only had so much left, and it was the last broom out of 8, and I was tired. I was really tired. And I also think I don't know if you've ever heard of the Worst Witch. It's for younger, like a younger age bracket than Harry Potter. Um, but I watched the show, and it's a pretty awesome broom. So, and so right now I'm focusing on just some wands, which, like I said, is difficult. And uh, I'm gonna get this uploaded, and I had a oh yeah, I want to work on the video about developing a relationship with yourself. So that might take some preparation. So, alright, well, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.